Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. 4 years in, and I'm still bopping to that song. Is that what the kids say? They're bopping?
The kids always say that.
Yeah.
My mouse works. It wasn't. Now it is. That's
Nice.
Great news.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thanks. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, everybody. See a lot of people in the chat. And I just want to say thanks to all of you for the birthday wishes this week. Feeling very loved, very appreciated out there. And I appreciate each and every one of you for all the comments and everything else. So thank you so much. And first things first, Julie said, it's your birthday, but I want something. So give me something nice. So I'm the one doing gifts tonight. So she asked for an old fashioned.
Yeah.
And we love our old fashioned recipe, and we talk about it sometimes, but not a lot. Can you guys hear us, CSLK, tonight? It looks like it's pretty good out there.
Yep.
So I'm going to make our famous black walnut maple old fashioned.
Love it.
And everybody can follow along. And so let's get started. You can do the honors of popping out one of those giant ice cubes, and I'll start preparing this.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling with this ice cube container the other day. Can't get the ice cubes out.
Okay, so that's going to come back my way.
Yes.
All right. How about
Who's
you
gonna do that too?
Why don't you just fill this up with whiskey then, and we'll
all the way up?
Yeah, that's the 2 ounce side.
Julie,
all right.
pour it.
So
I always think it's a cork pop, and it's not. So what Phil, when we're getting ready, he goes, we have a couple high proofers tonight, or just regular, but I think they're pretty high proof, aren't they?
They're not high proof.
They're not high proof. So an easy sipper to start the night. And I was like, I don't know what I want. I go, you know what I want? I want an old fashioned. It's been 4 weeks of 90. I'm going to even say 94 plus here. And today, a breezy 81. And so we're celebrating.
Finally, the weather has broken. We had 4 weeks of 90 plus and even over 100 a couple of times. So quite happy with where we're at here.
I talked
temperature wise, and I can't get these out either.
Yeah.
You did a great job of filling this. So I'm just going to grab you a couple of regular ice cubes unless you want to grab
when
them.
it melts a little bit, it'll be fine. That's how I kind of got about that.
Sure. Maker's Mark 46. We usually use Evan Williams 1783.
Yeah.
We were out of it because we drank it all.
And we even had a 1.75 liter of that.
Yeah, well, we had a couple of them. Yeah. So Maker's 46, a nice little bit of an elevated. Wow, the cat, as soon as we go live, she wakes up and goes nuts.
Yes, she loves it. She
hasn't done anything all day till right now.
She knows. I feel like she speaking of, but I feel like she knows when the camera is on, it's time to get crazy.
That is true.
Yeah.
So we're doing the 2-1-2 method. Okay. So when you're making your old fashions, that's 2 ounces of bourbon in there. We are going to go with 1 bar spoon of pure maple syrup. Right? Nice and easy. We get the big maple syrup because we're big maple syrup drinkers. You want to give that a quick stir?
Drinkers? Maple syrup drinkers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we drink it on pancakes.
Yeah.
Julie made me blueberry pancakes
for
my birthday breakfast. That was quite good. And then, so 2 ounces, 1 bar spoon maple syrup, and 2 shakes of black walnut bitters. It might have been a bit more, but
that felt like 3 at least. But
I like these.
But we'll take it.
All right, and then the ice cube, stir it up. You're done.
Do you know, in this one, we don't use an orange peel, right?
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
I like.
We don't have any oranges.
That's why we're not using it.
Use that. I feel like this is going to need an ice cube.
Well, if I can get one out for you pretty soon.
Yeah. How about I warm them up?
You want to just set them on your lap. Yeah.
It's good already.
There. It's a good cocktail, right? That's going to be tasty.
There may have just been maple syrup on the spoon, but I feel like it's fine.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Well, now I need a little a warm-up whiskey here, and I'm going to slide this bottle back here and get this back on the shelf.
Call it a warm-up because you got to warm up those vocal cords for a lot of chatting.
Yeah.
A lot of
Paul
drinking,
Kukiel, is Paul on yet? I need to talk about Thunder Bay at some point.
Got one.
Got one?
Yeah.
Look at that.
See, it's still so warm in here that they just melt immediately.
I'm just going to quickly scan the list here and see who's in the house, because I feel like we haven't said anything to anyone. We're just talking to ourselves right now. Nope, you're not doing that.
The most important thing is getting the beverage in the glass. No. I don't get the cat.
We've got too many glasses up here tonight. Kathy Huey in the house. Melissa, great to see you. Eric Gunderson, we were getting Gunderstruck, fam. David Babcock from the Ogre Lounge. What's going on over there, fellas and ladies? Everybody in the house. Katie Two Cats in the house. Miracle Martinez, Eric C, the Love Boat Captain, DK Tucker, Russ D. Good to see you.
The Love Boat Captain.
The Love Boat Captain. That's his name.
Oh, nice. I love that.
Rusty in the house. Robert Sheard, great to see you. Chad, of course. Terry Griffin. AJ Mountain Biker. How about that? We got Atlanta in the house too. Or Georgia, at least. Peach Coke is in the house. What's going on, Peach Coke? Where are you in the world right now? Peach Coke out and about, living that Kentucky lifestyle, I believe.
Yeah. And did you see what his message said? Living that nacho average celebration.
Let's guac and roll.
Yeah.
Love it. Rich and Stacy. He's got away with words. Rich and Stacy, great to see you. And Jeff Perkins in the house. Let's go ahead and show it off. Let's just show off the best avatar in the game.
If we didn't, I mean, I feel like people would ask questions.
Yeah. Yeah. And John Shank in the house. Christine Vasco, who just knocked her 5K out of the park. Very good job. Way to train hard. Way to finish that goal.
I'm so impressed and I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. It's amazing.
EJ in the house. Paul Brian Bell in the house. Still Austin Cask Strength. Mighty fine thing to raise in your glass. Well, where am I starting at tonight? I think I'll just do a little bitty pour 1792 single barrel.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
And then we are going to get into, I see that I put all the same glasses on my side, so I'm going to trade you for this one, for one of your super goods over there.
Otherwise, how will you ever know?
I think it's important.
Yeah.
So pouring a little bourbon here just to get started, and then we're going to get into a couple of more interesting, I think, whiskeys.
So let me ask you.
Here it comes.
The other day I said, I think technically, like if you look up the definition, you are a middle-aged man now.
I'm way past that.
I mean, they always say 40 is, but like you are dead even. And then I quickly followed that up like, could you imagine living with me for another 45 years? It's totally possible.
I can't imagine living with me for another 45 years, even being me. I am not interested. It's too much. I have more interest in just enjoying myself while I'm here.
But did you have a good birthday, by the way?
Oh, wonderful.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. Pancakes.
This is going to be better because, I didn't make you do stuff.
Pancakes and fancy dinners and cocktails. And what more could you want? Marty Whiskey Nose is in the house. I am old. Is it the age or the miles that gets you? It's the city miles. I got too many. I got the hard miles.
The running miles make you look older.
Yeah.
Because you're just exhausted.
I do look tired all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you look exhausted right now. I'm just like, in general, like
I think I do.
If you keep running, you probably do look old.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us, and I'm going to give you a cheers here so we can get started.
Cheers. Cheers. I always like to ask, because you all know better than me, what are you drinking tonight? Put it in the chat.
I thought that I had filled this more than I did, so I just kept on turning it and finally got some whiskey.
There was just like a little that dribbled in.
Took a while to get it in there.
Yes.
First off, let's show off your shirt.
Okay, let's talk about
the Mavis shirt, our Mavis shirt. Drink whiskey, wreck tacos.
Rusty's favorite. He's been asking for a wreck tacos shirt for a while. Phil, if you don't know, this is our baby girl, Mavis.
Yeah.
Phil made her very animated, and my favorite part is her little tiny baby teeth. I just can't get enough of them. They're just so cute.
That's available in our shop. We never talk about stuff like that because we never make new shirts, but we made that one, and we're thrilled with it. We got mugs, shirts, sweatshirts, the usual stuff.
I've gotten more cat attire in the last month.
Yeah.
Than probably in my previous 5 years.
Well, big thanks to Rusty for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And absolutely. I wear them all to work, so I'm very professional because I don't care anymore.
There's a little bit of brown paper over there. We may have to clean up the crinkly paper. We got a shipment today for my birthday. Lovely gift from our friend JT. Sent me an album called Return to Casual by Walter Smith III, and Mavis is playing with the wrapping of it. So a huge thank you to JT for that album, because I love that album.
It's a gift that gives for the whole family.
For the whole family, and I can't wait to listen to that with a proper pour later tonight on vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh, she is losing her mind.
Can you hear her?
How could you not?
It's really distracting, and I
My
feel like my
goodness.
energy has to get higher because her energy is so high
I
right
don't know
now.
how we'll keep up with her.
Yeah. I will say this. She goes crazy. Every time we have a live stream, it feels like she's normal on most days.
As
And then
soon as we
turn
Everybody's
this on.
seen it. Let's go through what people are drinking here. We asked, Kathy Huey's got that Old Ezra 7 rye.
Yes.
Joan drinking the Bullet Rye. John Shank with the John J. Bowman single barrel. Robert Sheard with a Wild Turkey rare breed.
Ooh.
Bourbon or rye? Bet it's the bourbon. Chad's got himself a Rebel 10 single barrel. He got the shirt this week too.
cute.
Look at this. I mean, that's dedication. My goodness. She's going to destroy this place.
Worth it.
Great to see everybody sipping on so many good things. Tim and Terry Griffin drinking Redwood Empire Lost Monarch. We love that one.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Paul P? Good to see you. Go, Mavis, go. Yes, don't have to tell her twice. Wow. I don't know what to do about it. Sorry, guys. Ryan's got himself a Holiday Ancient Cave Toasted. Never heard of it. Sounds great. David Babcock drinking
Is that
water.
like the holiday that we just got? Oh,
it's the same brand, but I don't know what that is. David's got water. That's oh my goodness. She just bounced off the cabinet. All right, stop. Just for a second. Oh my goodness. She has lost her mind. All right. Somebody's got to catch her. Got the bourbon rye was last week for Robert. Absolutely. Blanton's for Steve. That's all gone now. That's a bottle kill. Good job. Rich C's having Wild Turkey 101. Stacy's having red wine for the moment. Mix it up a little bit.
Does all of a sudden get quieter?
Considerably. Katie's drinking an Old Forest. Nope, she's got an old fashioned made with Mr. Black coffee liqueur and Old Forester rye. I bet that's nice.
That does sound nice.
Howie and Freya demonstrate the zoomies frequently. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
zoomiest zoomies I've ever seen her do. She's out of her mind.
So for her birthday, we got her these tubes. Norman did not like the tubes,
No.
but the whole house is a cat toy, but she's obsessed with them. So she has been like strutting her stuff through them tonight. Okay,
Yeah,
stay by.
really showing off. Be a good
Show
girl.
off your striped pants. Okay.
Peach Coat's got himself some Compass Box canvas. We like Compass Box. I haven't had that. I really think maybe we should get rid of the brown paper over there. Russ D with the Buckner's 10 barrel pick. DK Tucker with a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof 130 proofer. Love it. Love Boat Captain with the EHT barrel proof. Fantastic. Everybody's got good things to drink, which is a good thing because we're drinking good things too.
Yes.
Very excited.
And my old fashioned can kind of take me through the evening. I know we've got things to taste.
Just dip in and out.
Yeah. As you do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, first things first, before we get started, I want to say a big shout out and glad everybody's okay and that everything's fine over there. To our friends, Frey Ranch Distillery. Good grief. She's lost her mind. Could you not? Okay. Frey Ranch, when lightning strikes in the high deserts, it just sparks fires everywhere. We've had our share of wildfires lately here in Oregon, but over there in Fallon, Nevada, it struck their rye field.
Oh no!
And due to their neighbors and their crew getting together, they were able to put it out before it burned. I think they only lost about 25% of their rye field.
Wow.
So very glad that things didn't go very badly over there. So Frey Ranch, we're happy.
Such an amazing place too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love their rye. So very glad that you were able to salvage it. And so that's good job, Frey Ranch.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, now you know.
And now it's good to have good neighbors.
How about the bourbon van on current events? First time for everything.
Yeah. Well, we got to be current on something because it's definitely not whiskey.
No, sure isn't. But it's about to be.
Is it about to be?
It is. Let me tell you why. Turning 29. Yeah, people don't know. I'll tell you how old I am.
Well, I feel like I already did.
Did you? Well, you said
What?
middle age.
Yeah,
But I'm way beyond that.
totally.
45.
Yes.
Yeah.
My coworkers, I work with a couple 23-year-olds, and we were all
That's
out.
weird.
Yeah, we were all out for happy hour this week. It's been a busy week, actually. And I made the joke of they could be my children, and they were like, ha 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 ha. I go, no, like legitimate, that you could be my children.
Yeah.
And
Because all the children you had, you just put them in a basket, floated them down the river. They could actually be your children.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they all thought I was 34, and I thought that was so sweet.
Oh, that's very nice.
I know. I was like,
Yeah.
it's nice.
No.
They probably said that because I'm their boss. I mean, I'm not their boss, but I
I've
boss
always- I've always said
everybody around at my work.
I've always said that you look much, much younger than you actually are.
Thank you.
Because you're my boss. So
True. Yes, exactly.
Canadian Chris, yeah, I'm finally turning 29. The Ogre is in the house. What's going on, Eric's? Thank you very much. Glad to see you here. Richie Z, great to see you. Old Forester 100 bottle kill after work pour. That's nice. All right.
Yes.
Let's get to one of the fancy bottles tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Are we doing 45 for 45?
45 bottles?
No.
45.
Remember, like you had mentioned you wanted to do 45 miles, run 45 miles. This was like years ago, like not years ago, but you did 40 for 40. I don't think you made it.
No, I made it to 37. Yeah. Almost died.
So just 45 drinks for 45.
That I could probably pull off better than 45
we
miles.
need a few days.
I did do, I ran a 50K on Friday, 31 miles. And
Close.
then, and I twisted my ankle at mile 10 of that run.
Yep.
Didn't think much of it till 2 days later. I ran a 15 miler.
Yep.
Just before mile 10, it felt like somebody shot me in the ankle.
Yeah.
So I'm dealing with a sprained ankle. So I am benched for right now.
Ironically, that was 46, but pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it all added up. What is going on out there? But the running is done for right now.
Yeah.
100-mile training is not in jeopardy, though. We're going to get this done. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
All right. JG in the house. Good to see you. 45 ounces for 45. Yeah, we're going to have to proof that down a little bit.
I'm drinking, I don't know what this is right now.
2 ounces.
Well, but there's with the water content. I get to count that, the ice cube.
Why don't you cork pop this, and I'll tell the folks a little bit about it.
Can I do this?
Absolutely. This
Beautiful.
is this was a gift to the channel.
I'm gonna look, now I have to look to make sure it is a cork pop after the last fiasco where I cork popped a screw top.
I'm gonna. If I told you the price of this one, you would know it's definitely not a screw top.
Right.
Okay.
Ready? Oh, it was kind of sweet.
It was very
This is heavy.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's like a thing.
Oh, it's metal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. It looks like a coin. Okay, so this is 15 stars, fine aged spirits, who I didn't really know anything about. But that's kind of cool. Basically, 15th state of the union, I believe, is the state of Kentucky. And this is
that makes sense.
This is a product. This is their platinum product, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. This is their platinum batch 2. Batch 1 was 10-year, 15-year, and 18-year bourbon.
Okay.
This one's 10-year, 15-year, and 19-year bourbon. So a little bit older. This comes from Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. And it's all bourbon. I'm excited to get into this one. It is 98 proof. Price on this one, best I could find online, was around $280.
Crazy
Yeah.
town.
So we are expecting great things from this. But a huge thank you to 15 stars. The Spirit of 1795.
Love it.
Man, that's even older than me.
Yeah.
But excited to get into this one. We're going to pour it. It is
I'm
98.
assuming that's official.
What?
1790. That's the year, right?
Of what?
I don't know.
Kentucky joining the Union?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
They like to say that this is America's first
I didn't learn
West.
much in school.
This is America's first West because Kentucky was the American West at one point.
Great.
So there you go. Joan is planning to do 100K on my birthday, September 11th. I turned 62 and 100K is 62 indeed. Wow, that's fantastic.
That's amazing.
Please let us know how that goes. I want to hear all about that.
We have a couple friends that are contemplating doing 100K next summer. And I remember doing the math and thinking, 62 miles. And I thought, that seems really hard.
Right.
But I'm excited for you and for you.
Oh, thanks. I'm going to go ahead and pour this.
Yeah.
It's 98 proof. Usually we like to let a bottle open up a little bit, and we will do a thorough tasting of this down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But at
But
98
it's a
proof, I don't
celebration.
think it needs to. We don't need to set it down for 15 minutes or something. I think we can go ahead and sip this thing.
Yeah. Wow,
Oh,
that
really
was a funny gurgle.
Wow, that was actually more interesting than the cork pop.
Wow.
For the record, I'm just spilling
I
everywhere.
know.
That's the thing
I
to do.
gotcha.
For the record, I really, really enjoy well-aged whiskey, especially that's super oak forward. I'm an oak guy. I love the vanilla notes and the tannins and things like that. My favorite wines are very, very oaky, very tannin heavy. So I
Do you want
expect
this
that I'm going to
in-
enjoy this. Yeah, we can pop that in front.
Just so you can see it.
Oh, I got some on my hands, and it does smell like oak wood.
It smells very oaky.
Yes, I am looking forward to this. 5K in October for JG and the
Jay,
wife.
nice.
Very cool. All right.
I love the 5K. The 5K and the 10K.
Yeah.
One, because it's a healthy distance.
High intensity.
And usually those races are a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Like everyone's there to party.
Yeah.
For
Except
sure.
for the people that are there to win.
For sure. Well, except for those people, but yeah. Whatever. All right. So give me the years again. 15.
10, 15, and 19. Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee bourbons.
You're an aged guy.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we drink things that are high age, I sometimes think it's too oaky.
Sure. Yeah.
This has a very sweet, like a sweet oakiness to it, though.
Yeah.
Sweet notes.
Man, it is all oak, though. It is all barrel room.
Yeah.
This, wow. It just smells like barrel to me, like really good barrel smells.
Happy birthday.
Thanks again.
Happy birthday. Thanks for joining. It's your birthday, too.
Everybody's birthday today.
Real time.
I think the camera's trying to focus on the bottle instead of us.
So I'll take it off.
I'll put it back. 15 stars, platinum. Wow.
Ooh,
Ooh,
lots
that's
of dark
tasty.
cherry. Like lots of dark cherry and oak. Ooh, it's rich.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Ooh, you can. I don't know if you can taste. I mean, you can taste the age, but it's like it's almost like heavy on the palate. Like the flavors are
There's a
like
density.
really, yeah, like really
Mhm.
dense and really deep flavors.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh,
That's dangerously good. I could drink a lot of this.
ooh, it's good right now. I can't wait for like.
Yeah, just a little
Yeah.
extra in there is going to go a long ways, I think. Oh, that's so sweet. Ellen, happy birthday. Thank you very much. Ellen, by the way, our newest
Yeah.
Patreon. Welcome, Ellen. Great to see
Welcome.
you. And look, hang on, I'm going to click on it. I want to see it's a
A
cat
cat.
with glasses.
Poor cats. All the animals.
Fantastic. I love it. Well, thank you for joining, and we are so happy to see you here. This
I
is
feel like I need to up my avatar game. We always talk about everyone's avatars when we do a live streams, but my avatar is just like a boring picture of me.
well, here, I'm going to get rid of our logo. It doesn't need
I
to
mean,
be up there.
I'm not saying like on our live stream. I'm just like my personal avatar is
But look,
like,
we'll do that. That way people know who we actually are.
oh,
We're not
Yeah,
just a
maybe-
bourbon band. We're people.
we're people. We are people. People who like talking to people.
Right. It's the whole point. It's what's beautiful about this community. I'm having more. I like it.
Great. All right, take me through. What are your big plans for year 45?
Well, I'm going to retire.
That would be nice. We talked about this, I feel like last live stream. Who's got that winning lotto ticket?
Oh, not us.
Send that to us.
we never played. No, this year is a huge travel year for us. We are going to be on the road a lot leading up to my 100-miler in October, followed by an extended, we hope, trip of Interstate 10,
Yep.
the eastern half of it.
Finish it up. I know. Yeah, we're hopeful.
Yeah.
If all the stars align
Right.
or roads align, I guess.
Yeah. As long as all the roads intersect.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this crowd, everybody here gets it. Like, oh, Phil and Julie are 45. We would guess that. They're the youngins. Do you know that the number one search term on you and me on the internet is the bourbon band age? People want to know how old we are because we get comments all the time like, what do you guys know about whiskey? You're like 20.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
That's a nice compliment.
I
will,
guess.
to be fair, I generally am like, how old is this person? Like, I do that search, so I get it.
Well, I also
Like
want to say,
sometimes
like,
I'm thinking
people in
like
their
that person
20s,
cannot be like,
people in their 20s
80.
are allowed to drink whiskey and have an opinion based on their palate as well, though, is what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, true.
because we always get that, like, what do you know? It's like,
Yeah.
man, people drink whiskey. They just let them drink their whiskey and enjoy it. Don't get cool by age.
Say that most people know more than me. I just enjoy drinking whiskey. I make that perfectly clear.
Right.
You don't come here for the education. You come here for the pure joy of having a dram of whiskey with some friends.
Yeah, you come here because occasionally the blind squirrel gets a nut, and you're like, "Oh, that was a chestnut. He or she said something intelligent. Look at him go!" And then we immediately, drop the ball. Maybe they want to know how old the van is. The van is only 6 years old currently.
She's a bebe.
Yeah, youngster.
I don't know what that means in like cat years dog years are like 7. A van, you lose half the value when you just drive off the lot.
Right.
So is it like 100 years per year? 50 years, 25 years per year?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a sliding scale,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Not exciting stuff to talk about. All right.
Yeah.
Continue. So
what else are we doing this year? I have no idea. Just working hard. We've been honestly slammed with work, both of us.
Yeah.
I've been very busy around here. Well, I can tell you that there's videos coming up. I've been editing videos.
Love it.
Is that fun?
Yes.
Should we talk about that? There's a 5 Sip Friday coming out tomorrow.
Yep.
Where the heck was that one at? Oh, in the middle of the forest.
Oh, it's our last one from our road trip.
It is the last one from our road trip.
Sad.
Yeah. Teresa, that was a Teresa whiskey.
Yeah.
That we tasted there. Sadie only has 50,000 miles. We got over 50. We hit 50,000 on the way home from Julie's 50K race.
I missed it. I got 50,001.
Yeah, so close. We got the photo a little late. Yeah, we both aged backwards in the last road trip. Katie Turk in the house, by the way. Good to see you.
Hey, Turks.
Yeah, we never had kids, and I think that and the road life actually made us feel younger.
I did tell my 23-year-olds because one of the girls, I think, is dating somebody who's a little bit older than her, and he wants to have kids.
Oh no!
And I'm not opposed to anybody having children.
No,
I just think that
don't be pressured into it.
You just graduated college. Wait a few
minutes. Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah. Well, I would never try to tell anybody what's right or wrong for their lives. Everybody's got their own things going on. But I definitely know what's right for me.
Mm-hmm.
Whiskey and cats.
Cats and a van.
Robert, this is a resounding no from me. I'm out on this one.
Oh my God, it's just me drinking whiskey through the classic. Amazing.
It's a no for me. You do you though. Again, no judgment. I'm not going to judge you.
I think that's hilarious.
Clothed?
Yeah.
Don't answer. I don't want to.
Just in a cardigan with a smoking pipe, with a book open.
Yeah. Just a smoking jacket.
Just a smoking jacket
with nothing else.
Well, I don't need to know that information.
Just
I'm just
one
saying,
leg sticking out.
No, I don't want to do that either. I'm just saying, like a smoking jacket, cigar, and an ashtray.
Right.
So it gets the ambiance of the smoke.
What's this? Hang on. 15 stars wants their bourbon back. Well, all right.
Oh. Too bad. We're drinking it. That's great.
EJ wants to know, will you also be smoking a pipe? That's a good question. Yeah.
I feel like it's a mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I grew up, so when I was growing up, I had an uncle who lived like an hour away, and he had this like private room. And as a kid, like it was a room that we were never really allowed in, but it had like a fireplace, big leather chairs.
Really?
It kind of Uncle Ray, of course.
Oh, I like Uncle Ray.
And I don't know if they were real books or if it was just like a fake bookshelf, whatever. But it was always like plaids because that was like the style then, and a little dark, a little dank, like whatever. But it was like off the main room, and we never went in there. Like every so often we would sneak a peek in there. But as an adult, I'm like, I bet that was the smoking room. Like he doesn't smoke.
Yeah. Like
that I knew of, right? Like not like cigarettes or anything like that. But he, now looking back, I was like, he was definitely like either a cigar or a pipe smoker.
Yeah.
And he had the perfect room for whiskey and And I think
I
about
really
that.
wonder
from
what he
now
was
and then.
actually doing in there. Might have been something devious.
He could just have been like reading a book. Like it could have been super,
He might have just
lame.
been like one of those guys that's always cold and he needed to have a fire all the time in his fireplace.
Maybe, but I doubt it. It was just like like now looking at it, I was like, oh, that would have been like the perfect, whiskey cigar room. And I
Yeah.
bet that's what it was. Like he seems like the kind of guy who would have had that.
Robert says he doesn't do pipes or cigars. Hear me out on this. One of those pipes that has like the bubbles.
Yeah.
At 45K, I'm only
Yeah.
28 miles. So
Oh,
yeah, I guess you know what? Let's switch it up to metric this year. I'm feeling good.
Wait, because that because then you go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I feel good. I feel pretty good for 45. I think I feel better than I did at like 43.
Yeah, I feel like
We were all older during COVID.
that's true. That's a good point. Yeah. Well, you look good.
Oh wow, thank
Am
you.
I allowed to say that?
Yeah, of course.
All right, cool. I mean, maybe you look 45. I don't know. I mean,
Who knows?
it is what it is, and so it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well,
But I look at you compared to like photos of other people, and I'm like, not so bad. Also, photos when looking back, like when we were 27, when we were on like our heyday.
Oh yeah.
We did not look great then.
No, a 6-pack a day and
We were
and
not
a
taking,
pack of cigarettes a day is that's no way to live.
yeah, we were not taking care of ourselves.
No.
There was a lot more late nights and less rules.
Robert said he was 40 during COVID. Now he's 64. Joan says, "Did you two meet in college?" No,
I did not.
No. We met when you were in trouble. You had gotten sent home from college for a week, and we met at a party. That's a true story.
I went to a very strict college for the first 2 years. And yes, I did get sent home because I was drinking. Shocking.
Yeah.
And then I promptly unenrolled from that school and then re-enrolled in a different school. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. We're in college, so.
And right around the time that we met, I had just dropped out of college.
You did, yeah.
And
we
I
were
went
not
back.
on a good path.
I went back later.
Yeah.
We've come a long way since what we were doing back then. That's why I never judge a young person that hasn't got it all figured out yet. They'll get there sooner.
My mom was less than thrilled. Like I remember her being like, "Oh, is it fall? Is it Julie's home? Is it fall break?" And she's like, "Yeah, fall break." Not like, my daughter drinking.
Yeah. Well,
which is like
you would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you nonstop giggling, giving yourself away.
Wasn't me. It was the people I was with. But
okay.
It's a different story. Anyway, but yes, we met shortly after. Basically 2 years into college, but we didn't go to the same college. We met at a party. We technically went to high school together, though didn't know you.
Right.
So
Wendell Wilson on a road trip today. I was following him around the country. Well, glad you're there safe and sound.
Wait, he's just driving around right now?
Yeah, he was on his way to Pennsylvania. He went through West Virginia to get there, which I thought was pretty cool. Cat. Okay.
Okay. Oh,
all right. Too many glasses.
No.
Well, good save. Look at you.
Okay.
Goalie of the night right there. Yeah. Wow. Well done. Okay. I want to say we will be doing a much more thorough tasting on that 15 stars platinum bourbon in the future, but I want to say that was delightful. That's an experience. That's a great whiskey.
So lots of oak.
Yeah.
Very dark cherry on this.
And tons of vanilla, real vanilla bean.
Yeah.
Like oily, just coating the tongue. It's just sitting there.
So I'm always skeptical of super aged things. I always think that age overpowers a lot of the things that I like about whiskey, the flavors and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think really great flavor in here. I mean, obviously we just cork popped it today, so it probably needs just a little bit of air.
Yeah.
But just from this initial pour, great flavors, fruitiness that came through. I like the oak. It wasn't too much. I think this is going to be a great bottle. So I can't wait to do like a more thorough review.
Yeah, that'll be coming soon.
Yeah.
Speaking of other videos that we've got going on Monday, we do our What We're Drinking Now video, and it's paired with our weekender trip to Leavenworth, Washington.
Oh, you're doing, is it a combo? So
Julie
you
doesn't
know
that
more about the channel than I do. Yeah.
Has no idea that this whole thing, how it works.
I just show up.
She thinks that there's a team working on everything. And all
4 years later, I'm just like, what's going on?
She's like, tell the editing team to do this or that. I'm like, That's me.
I didn't realize it was going to be a combo, but I'm glad.
Yeah. And that's going to be a fun video, I think.
Yeah.
It's turning out well. And then the next 5 Sit Friday comes from the Redwoods in California. So that's both of those are coming next week.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Now you know. You're all caught up.
I'm all caught up, just like you guys.
And now, speaking of getting caught up, let's catch up with another whiskey, which I think might be the darkest whiskey we've ever had.
So before we do that, because you were talking about videos, I just want to pitch.
Oh.
That we just did a road trip on the Bourbon Van.
That's our channel.
But like from the entire road trip, which in our land happened January through May, through April, end of April. Videos got released a little bit.
100 days starting on January 15th.
But Phil went through all of those. We have another channel. I was just going to pitch the other channel.
Yeah,
Phil and Julie. But if in case you haven't come for the whiskey, we took all those videos and put them on our other channel that
Sans Whiskey.
Sans Whiskey. Yeah. So if you just wanted
if you're into the travel
side, then you can go there as well.
And if you want the crash course in what we did on our trip, check that out. It's Phil and Julie. I think it's in the description of this video. It's really just home videos and running stuff and stuff like that. So if you're interested in our outdoor exploits, go check that out. Steve, such a great place. Loves Leavenworth. Great to see you, Steve. Ooh. Agreed. Stacy wants to know any barrel picks coming up. Nothing at all. The Whiskey Del box sold out inside of 3 weeks, and that was an exciting time for us. It's a beautiful bottle. Greg, PA. Is it Pa or is it Greg from Pennsylvania? Because Greg, another one of our brand new Patreons. So happy that you're here and welcome. Great to see you.
I just want to talk back about the picks real quick, and then we'll welcome Greg. We do have some things that we want to do, but it's summertime and it's really tricky right now with all the training that we've been doing.
Tough.
But I know we've always talked about potentially doing like Still Austin pick or other. So we're deciding.
Yeah, we got a lot to think about. We've had some nice offers out there, but to be completely honest, with a small channel like ours, there's a ton of white noise on picks out there, and the distillers don't get paid until the bottles are sold. So we have to be judicious with what we pick because we don't want to take a barrel off their hands and then make them wait 3 months for them to get paid. There's a lot that goes into it, so it's a tricky thing to work out. We do always want to showcase something unusual that we really, really love and believe in. So we're just looking for that next opportunity right now.
Yeah.
Greg from Pennsylvania. Well, welcome, Greg. Great to see you. Welcome to the fam.
Okay.
Now, time to get into something else that's very, very special. And yet another bottle that came to us that I couldn't be more excited about, quite honestly. I'm very stoked for this. Russell's Reserve 15-year limited release 2024. This is the first edition of Russell's 15. And did I think that we were ever going to see this bottle?
No,
absolutely not. Yeah. What an unbelievable occurrence.
So I love wild turkey.
I know that about you.
And big fan of Russell's.
Yeah, I know that about
you.
And
I was skeptical. I'm skeptical about this one. The first 13, I think we've had 2 13s, right? First one loved. The
first edition of the 13 year was so good. The second year was still good, but it didn't blow us away.
Right.
Yeah.
But as you know, if you've watched this channel,
we actually turned down the opportunity to get the third one because it had doubled in price.
It had doubled in price. Yeah. And so that's my thing. Like the thing about whiskey, and you guys know as much as we do, is like it's really expensive. And it's gotten really expensive. Especially when you're like, well, last year I got it for X, and this year I have to get it for Y.
We got the first 2 releases for $70.
$70.
And then the last time I saw it, it was like $155.
Yeah. And your brother said he saw this on, I was going to call it the black market, but like
in Indiana, he saw it for like $2,500, which is don't spend $2,500 for whiskey. So this is going to be interesting. This is the 15-year and non-chill filters cork, 117.2 proof. Roofy for a whiskey of this age. I am very excited for you to cork pop this one. But look at that. It's motor oil. I think that this 15 stars is pretty dark as well.
Yeah.
But this one, I think, takes the take for darkest bourbon in our collection. It's wild.
And you had that last night. You were like, look at that.
I couldn't believe it.
I
was walking past the shelf and I was like, what is that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, motor oil.
This is a happy birthday cork pop for you.
Thanks.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Ah, that's beautiful.
It's looking nice little. I like it.
Can't wait to try this one. Let's put it in the Julie pour glass, huh?
Just drink it.
Yeah. Watch us, everybody unsubscribes immediately.
Like, ah, well. All right, Julie, pour glass. You're letting me pour this?
Mhm.
I'll try to be.
I didn't pour enough of that.
Wow,
15
that
stars.
is dark. Holy smokes. I wonder if it's going to be kind of tobacco-y.
Wow.
Not that that would matter, but.
Beautiful. Clings to the glass.
Wow, it's so dark. You're right.
That is-
Sometimes I think it's the lighting back here, but.
This is gorgeous whiskey. Wow.
Ooh, it smells good.
Did you get a little on your paws?
Always. I feel like that's the best part about pouring.
Ryan's in the house. Good to see you, Ryan.
All right.
Right.
Oh,
Russell's 15.
Can't believe it. Okay.
Honestly, can't believe it's in the house. Take a quick palate cleanser here.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
How's your old fashioned? Good?
It's almost gone.
212 works every time.
Cocktails
Looks-
are dangerous.
David says it looks like Kilchoman Sanag. Sanag? I'm not sure how to say that last one. The Kilchoman Makir Bay single barrel was the bottle that I purchased this week. Very happy about it. If you're in Oregon, it was a Salem pick from one of the stores in Salem, and it's all around Oregon, so worth checking out.
I'm gonna let that one breathe for a few. It's the aroma is powerful.
Is that right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna continue with my old fashioned.
Ooh, it smells like wild turkey times 1,000.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let that like just simmer
Mm.
for a few minutes. But feel free to enjoy. I will cheers you if that's something that you would like to have.
I just keep looking at it. Well, it's in the glass. I'm gonna drink it. Let's do this. Cheers, y'all. You want to?
Now I feel like I have to do it.
I feel, yeah, why not? You don't have to. You just you're drinking an old fashioned. You don't have to take a break. I'll just drink this.
Okay.
And you can keep talking.
No, I'm gonna drink it.
Oh, okay.
All right. I do feel like there's extra pressure on this one. Ooh, flavorful. Ooh. Oaky. It does have a wild turkeyness to it. Ooh, yeah, I like it. Okay. I think very oaky, good sherry, a lot of leather. Powerful. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let that like sit for a few minutes.
it's
But
like
good flavor.
it's like
Tobacco-y.
like red licorice wrapped in vanilla bean, vanilla extract, something like that. Tons of oak.
There's dark.
Wow.
There's like dark candy in there too.
Man, 15 years really put a lot on that one. The cherry is all over it's turned into like a black cherry.
I have
like,
a slow simmer behind my eyes.
it's like a fresh,
Like I think it's spicy.
it's a little spicy, but
Yeah.
real black cherry.
Yeah.
Man,
Good.
that's something else. That is cohesive as all get out. Wow. Yep, I like that. Yeah. Has anybody else had this out there? This 15 year? Wow. Hi, Kat. Just had to get involved.
It's her show too. We just
It's
live in it.
I'm only 2 years old.
No, she's 3.
Is she 3?
Yeah.
I thought we figured out she was 2. She's 3, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that explains why you're such a little lady. She's all grown up. Bourbon Van, Trails End, Barrel Proof. Pick for Richie Z. That's the next birthday pour for him. How about that?
Oh.
I like that whiskey. That's very good. Yeah, the 13. The 13 we really like is actually on the other shelf over here. I ran out of room for it the other day while I was trying to reorganize.
Yeah.
The one that we didn't like as much is gone. Finished it.
Yeah.
Drank it all.
Just the other day, actually. It was nice.
Yeah, that one lasted a couple years. But yeah, the 13 is good. I shouldn't say like, oh, I didn't like the second one as much. I mean,
You're
it's
allowed
like-
to like one over the other.
it's like the difference is like
Yeah.
on a scale of 1 to 5, it's like 5.0 to 4.9. They're pretty close.
Mhm.
Wow, this one, by the way, selling MSRP locally, I believe, if you'll ever find it, is $250.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Here.
these two bottles, 250 and 280, I believe, is what they go for.
It has a bit of a wine nose. Like a really like tanniny nose.
Yeah, a little bit. It's definitely a wild turkey nose. You wouldn't confuse
Yeah.
this one. This is really powerful wild turkey.
Have you watched our 5-sip series?
Yeah.
I want to
That's true. The last time, oh boy, yeah, there's one coming
now
out.
that we're talking about wild turkey, I want to interject that
Sorry, Carlos got a lot of leather and cherry on his as well.
oh, great. That means we're
on the right track.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, are our notes right? We did a 5-sip in what was the place called in Nevada?
What are you talking about?
High by Death Valley.
Oh, Goldfield?
Goldfield.
Yeah, that one didn't turn out.
If you watched our videos, like we had hung out with the locals. There was like a town of like, I don't know,
60.
100 people.
Yeah.
60 people. And they had 2 saloons for 60 people, my kind of town. And we went to both and we were talking with people. And then at the end of the night, we were like, we should do a 5-sip Friday. And then per bourbon van.
You were like that.
Yeah. Per bourbon van, the audio didn't work.
Well, it wasn't just that the audio didn't work. We accidentally
And it
recorded
was
the entire
nighttime.
thing in slow motion.
Oh, that's what it was.
So when you record in slow motion, the audio, it doesn't pick up audio. And of course, I just pressed it and I was like, let's do a 5-sip. And you had done really well.
And it made me really sad because I've done so poorly all season. And I legitimately could have nailed this, but I kept thinking, we're not showing it. So it ended up being a wild turkey master's keep. And while I was drinking, I was like, first, I think on the nose, but the first sip, I was like,
a Brent Pounds bottle.
Yeah, I was like, this is wild turkey, 100%.
Yeah.
First sip.
Yeah.
Even on the nose, I think. And so I nailed that. And in my head, I kept thinking, this is master keep. But I always do that. And then it ends up being like a $14 bottle. And I'm like, ugh. So I didn't say that. But I remember like we went through the whole thing and then it ended up being this master's keep, which was delicious. And I loved it. But then I was so excited. The next day, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to share this with everyone because we always do so bad. And we finally nailed it. And then it didn't work. So now that we're drinking wild turkey, I just wanted to bring that back up.
Yeah, you did great. I said that one was ECBP.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, no,
which wasn't.
To be fair, I think that you said that you also thought it was wild turkey, but because I had already said it was wild turkey, you were like, I'll just go something else.
Yeah, I was just trying to hedge our bets.
Yeah.
Greg says, I think bourbon has peak time in the barrel before it becomes less enjoyable, and I completely do agree with that. Do you think that this one is over oaked? I don't think it is, but there is an oak spice that's building sip after sip. Could just be that it hasn't been open very long. I think this is one that will take a little time to open up.
So there's a bite to this. I definitely think there's like a bite that hits you about like half to 3/4 back on your throat.
Yeah, this is a slow sipping whiskey.
But it's not like sometimes I'm like it's a bite that I find like almost bitter. Like I drink it and I'm like, oof, there's a bite to it and I don't like it.
Yeah.
This is more of like a spicy bite, but like in a positive way.
Yeah.
So you definitely can taste that this is aged. Like if I know it's aged, but like if I was drinking this, there's enough in here that screams like super oaked.
Yeah.
Super aged to me, but without being over oaked, because that's the thing that I always look for. I always want to make sure that oak is balanced out by like the sweetness, like the fruitness that you can get. And a lot of times that doesn't happen, but that's always what I'm looking for with aged whiskey.
So 2 things on this one. Number one, I don't think we're going to see a Russell 17. I can't imagine that would be good unless they have something very special hidden away.
Yeah.
But the other thing is it's high proof. This is what 117 proof. That's really high proof for something of this age.
Yeah.
And I am thinking like a couple drops of water might be the way to go with this whiskey, and I'll definitely experiment with that at some point. I
mean, it's just open, so if any time is the time to do it, it would be now. And I could just get the dropper. Let me be a little bit more scientific. Hold on, because it's brand new.
Yep. Block of ice. I bet it would be good in here for sure.
Do you know where it is?
It's probably in the cabinet over there. Yeah. But yeah, it's a complex whiskey that deserves a lot more attention for like experimentation. I feel like
I'm just gonna do it in mine. I'll start with like 2.
Yeah.
I think 2 drops.
I'll probably do like 3
maybe,
because that's kind of a big pour in there. I think that'll do it.
All right, I'll do 4. And see how that works. And normally I wouldn't do this, but we have done videos where we were not that we're not sold, but like where we wanted to do it, and the flavors came out. And because we just cork popped this, probably could have done it for both of them.
Yeah, Darren Toy in the house drinking his 10-year Russell's Reserve. I don't have a problem with that. That's down here on the shelf. We always have that one on the shelf. Also good and versatile and delicious. $45 though. I remember a couple years ago I was getting that for $35, and it would go on sale $5 off at least once a year.
Yeah.
Here in Oregon, and now it's up to $45, which is a bummer.
Is it 45?
We always buy in Oregon. Wild turkey products will go on sale randomly throughout the year, and they go on sale for a month. It always resets month to month. So I keep an eye on it on the wild turkey products, because when they're on sale, if it's rare breed bourbon or Russell's Reserve, anything, I'm probably gonna buy it.
Yeah. Does that happen with other brands, or is Wild Turkey just one of those brands that they're like?
I don't know what it is about Oregon and wild turkey, but every month something's on sale for wild turkey.
I love it.
Yeah. 101 bourbon, when that goes, or rye, when those go on sale, it's like liters go. Hard to say no to those.
Yeah.
Hi, Katie. Good girl.
Be chilling. You can be chilling. Your brother used to chill all the time.
I'm not done tearing this house apart yet.
Yeah.
Anything planned in Oregon this year? Like a get together? No. We haven't been up to. We haven't had time to schedule anything. Honestly, our work has been crazy.
Well,
we between work, training for our races, and just work around. We've had some things come up around the house that have needed our attention.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It seems like every time we turn around, we've got more responsibilities, which is good. We are adults. We're supposed to. So not saying like, oh, life is so hard, but just it's been really hard to organize things. That's why pretty much every other Monday we're releasing a video.
Yeah.
We just haven't had time to generate weekly videos for Mondays.
And we haven't been to west of the Cascades in a while.
Yeah. I'd like to go to Portland soon.
Which is when we usually do our meetups. But
maybe we should get in touch with Bull Run, see if they want to do a meetup up there at some point.
So you said we're adults, and that was a conversation I actually had with one of our intern, our PR intern today. She was just like, yeah, it kind of stinks being an adult, because she got like her first her air's been running, right? She's got 3 window units. And I think this is
3 window units. We
have one. You need to stop with the window unit.
One stupid window unit. We just like laying in bed like sweating.
But she was like, oh, I got my first, and I think it's like her first like out of college apartment thing. And I had been mentioning like, gosh, we've been running our air for 17 hours a day.
Yeah.
For 4 weeks. I wonder what our bill's going to be, like our electric bill. And then she was telling me this, and she's like, yeah, sometimes adulting is hard. I was like, oh, it gets worse. I don't know why we decide like when you're like a teenager, you're like, I can't wait to be an adult and go to work.
That's not why I wanted to be an adult. I wanted to be an adult to build a whiskey collection.
I kind of felt bad for her.
Adulting every day is too much. Yeah, I agree with that. Joe not in the house. What's going on, driver
What's up,
Joe?
Ooh, okay. Here, this is my. I put 4 drops in there.
Oh, I'll give that a taste before I go back to this one.
Yeah, I like the flavor.
It didn't do anything for the nose.
No, well, it did, but you weren't getting the same thing that I got. So, like, my nostrils were like burning. Not burning, but like it was warm. Like that. Okay. Like when I breathed it in, I was like, "Whoo, it's a lot," and I don't get that right now with just the 4 drops. It tamped down the spiciness on that. What about the flavor?
More accessible.
Yeah, certainly. More accessible. Yeah.
Definitely way woodier. I can see why they didn't proof that down.
It is
because that knocks out some of the cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I prefer it without the water. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's a wet wood.
Yeah.
Like like
cold
after a
glass
rainstorm.
or ice would have been nice, but I think without the water is how I prefer it.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you, David. Take care. Thanks for joining.
I waved. You're probably already gone.
What? Zach's in the house. What's going on, Zach?
Hey.
It is nice to be able to sign for those whiskey deliveries. The UPS fella showed up here a couple days ago, and I had the back door open here, and he walked up and he was like, I need you to sign for this. And I was like, walked up and he's like, why do you have to sign for so many packages? And I was like,
don't worry about it.
None of your business.
Don't worry about it.
No, he's all right. I told him, I said, we kind of like whiskey around here.
Yeah.
But It's not like we order it. Like we've had
Yeah.
very nice luck of people sending us things, and especially brands sending us things. So
Yeah.
we definitely can't complain though about nice whiskey deliveries.
I
Matter of
know.
fact, we got one
And
from
he-
Eric Gunderson this week.
Got to Gunderstruck.
We got Gunderstruck.
I know.
We'll be doing
So-
a Patreon tasting on some of those for next week is my plan. So stay tuned, Patreons.
Yeah, Eric, Phil sent me a photo, and it was like the bottle that we cork popped, and then all of yours around. And I go, what? I go, I just left you like an hour ago. Where
Right.
did all this stuff come from?
Russ says he started giving his EPS guy samples. I actually thought about it.
Oh, I should.
Because he seems to show up here all the time with something.
And he's so nice. Like
Oh, he's a
he's
great
like
dude.
super nice guy.
Bruce
Yeah.
says he still enjoys your haircut, and I do too.
Oh, thanks. It's better when it's not freshly washed. Not I should say that, but I didn't take a shower today, so it lays a lot nicer when it's not conditioned.
Richie says that he's been Gunderstruck. A lot of people in the whiskey community have been Gunderstruck.
Yeah,
And it's always a good thing.
I know.
Daryl, thank you very much.
Very generous
Thank you
guy.
for everything that you do for this channel.
Thank you, Daryl. Yes, for sure.
Teresa is sorry she's late. She's cooking dinner.
Ooh, what are you having?
Yeah,
Tell us, tell us,
right,
tell us.
Right. Also, 5 Sip Friday, Teresa, tomorrow?
You said? I think
it's
you
tomorrow.
said it was
Yeah,
Teresa. Yeah.
I think it is.
I mean, Teresa brought it up that she's cooking dinner. I've already preemptively rustied the conversation with Phil at lunch, saying like, we're probably just gonna have frozen pizza for dinner because I'm not gonna want to cook anything.
Rustied the conversation.
I rustied the
I love it.
conversation at lunch. So you know, and it's cool enough to put the oven on, which is a nice change.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Jess, thank you very much. Teresa's having Thai food.
Mm.
We've never made Thai food except for like when we've done like a Blue Apron or like Green
Yeah,
Chef. Or,
when somebody provided me all the things.
right. When we get those coupons that they show up in the mail and they're like 3 weeks of free meals, and we're like,
Yeah.
okay. Then we like set the reminder on the calendar. Shut this off after 3 weeks.
Yeah. Absolutely, I'm in. Yeah, the closest I come from like homemade is, you know, it's not Thai, so it's like the fried rice, and it's still like there's no. I don't put fish sauce or anything in it, which I think
I love
feels
fish
like
sauce.
would be like a main staple. But the recipe didn't call for it, so I didn't put it in.
Right.
But
Well,
yeah.
you make stuff from scratch a lot. You make things like banana bread, pancakes.
If you need your breads, I'm in there. Just not real bread.
I don't know. I think you're a great chef.
Yeah. I
Throw
do.
stuff together with peanut sauce. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Joan, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great night in Indiana.
Yes. EST. I know.
Yeah.
3 hours from here.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9. Yep.
Well, 3 hours ahead of here is many hours from here.
Well, yes, but I'm like, no, it's 9 o'clock. That's You're
Yeah.
already almost in bed.
It's my birthplace too. But I was never
Indiana.
in Eastern time Indiana. I was always in Central.
So interesting. I was talking. I feel like I talk about all this stuff, but like I was talking about time zones and how kind of weird they are, and especially in places like Indiana would be one of them. Arizona's another one where Arizona is mountain time for like half the year, and then it's Pacific time because they don't time change.
Which must be nice.
So then it's always the same time, but then their time zone shifts from mountain time to Pacific time,
It doesn't do anything.
even though they don't do anything.
Right. Yeah.
Which is weird. And then Indiana is so weird because it's like this, you would figure
This flick goes right through Indiana.
yeah, you figure like the state would just be there. And I always think about the people that live on like on the border of whatever the time zone is and they work on the other side. Like to have to get up an hour earlier, not down with that. I wouldn't
mean,
work on that side.
I mean, but it's all about like what's the people on the one half of Indiana are definitely doing more things with the people from Ohio and Kentucky. The other people on the other half of Indiana are definitely doing more things with Illinois and Chicagoland.
But
and
what
that
if you
sort
were
of thing.
like, my house is over here and it's 4 o'clock, but my work is over here
I
and
just
it's
don't
like
think it matters that much.
I think from a sleep perspective, it's a lot for me. Not that I sleep great anymore, but I try. Anyway.
Yeah, Ty and Peanut, Massaman, Sugar Kitty in the house. I didn't see you earlier. Cheers. Daylight savings time needs to be permanent or go away altogether. Oregon, we almost put it through, didn't we? Oh no, we did vote it through, but then they didn't. The government didn't want it or something.
Yeah, I don't know. For every year we vote on it, and every year I
Seems like
swear, like people are like, just get rid of it because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Not that it's stupid,
It's
but
annoying.
it's like when you do the research about it, it's all. I feel like daylight savings was a thing because of farmers and like tilling the land and like getting,
Yeah. Any
from the
farmers
time.
out there that still like daylight savings
But
time,
now
let me
we
know
have-
because I don't want to be a jerk about it, but I
No.
don't see how it helps us in a
But
modern
like I feel
society.
like now there's like so much technology that farmers like it's not like you're out there hoeing the fields by hand.
You don't know that.
I don't know that, but like you're not doing an 1890s style farming in 2024.
You also don't know that.
I do know that. I would take our collection and say they're not out there like they were in 1889
Yeah,
or something.
Joan says she works Eastern and she lives Eastern and works Central.
Yeah.
So there you go. She's making it happen. She's an upstanding, productive member of society. Why can't you be? Jonah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Great to see you. Tell your entire local whiskey society that I said hello.
Yeah.
No farmers like it. There you go.
Good. No, yeah.
Eric wants to know pizza or tacos tonight. You never finished the thought.
Pizza.
There you
Sorry.
go.
Yeah. I told Phil we're having frozen pizza. I mean, not sexy pizza. We're just having frozen pizza. I wish it was. I'll even upgrade from the bruschetta to the local down the street.
Oh, good.
So it's like a little higher end frozen pizza.
that's
Still frozen pizza.
That's a buttery crust. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. See, Greg says the Amish might disagree.
Yeah.
But also, Robert's
do
right
make
that farmers aren't planning their schedules by a clock. It's based on sunrise, sunset. That makes total sense.
Yeah. Our knives, by the way, you brought the Amish. Greg did. Shipshawana. I don't know if there's any Midwestern out there to go to Shipshawana, but my mom's like obsessed with it. And every year we get like new knives from them. And I will say, the best knives I've ever had.
I remember being very confused because I didn't see when that knife was given to us at one point. That one knife.
It came
and
in
then
like
your
a
mom
sneak
and dad,
pack, or they dropped it off or something. I don't remember.
And then your mom and dad were visiting, and there was this new. I'd never seen this knife before, and I go, "What the heck is this thing?" And you're like, "My mom gave us that," and your mom was standing right there, just like shaking her head.
Yeah, yeah. I don't tell you things. Yeah, they are like the best knives too, and they do really great furniture.
Russ says the best pizza for your birthday, Phil.
He had a really nice dinner for his birthday, so he gets frozen pizza tonight and for the rest of the week.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't complain about the food that I've had this week.
What am I going to make you this weekend, though, that you're very excited about, that I couldn't make during the week because it's taking way too much time?
Patreons, we will definitely be posting videos and photos and maybe a video of this. Carrot cake, double layer carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. And it is amazing. It's an annual celebration of life.
It doesn't look great. Like if you watch the cooking shows, they're like taking the knife and making it's just a lot of cream cheese on there. But
that's the best part.
It's a lot of work, but I feel like
you could just make the cream cheese frosting and I probably wouldn't even notice. I'd just be like, this is great. You must have spent hours on this.
Just sugar and cream cheese.
Can the knives be that good if you have to get new ones every year? No, they just keep there's just
no.
New ones
Originally, it was a grapefruit knife because of course you need a grapefruit knife.
That's right. We got a specific knife for grapefruit that we eat once a year.
It is actually really nice when you use for but like I never have grapefruits in the house, so sweet thought. But I asked specifically for the chef knife, and then I got it, but my mom couldn't ship it because she was like the technicality of shipping a knife.
That's a problem.
From Illinois to
Talk
Oregon.
to anybody who's shipped whiskey before, and we'll tell you how to get things.
I know,
through.
but I think she's a rule follower. So then somehow
wrap it in paper and tape, and then throw a box of nerds in there. No big deal.
Yeah, well, we did learn all of those. Somebody else did like vitamins or Advil or something to like throw off the noise of the gurgle. And I was like, brilliant. And so
somebody
like,
threw some jelly beans in one for us one time. Jelly beans into a plastic box, a plastic container.
Yeah.
No, they've gotten into nerds too, but the jelly beans. And I was like, should I eat these? And you were like, no, they're not in a package. And I was like, I kind of want to eat them.
I trusted the person, but I was like, let's not eat them just in case.
Keith J in the house. How are you feeling, buddy? We want to hear from you. I actually was thinking about you the other day. I hope you're doing really, really well. Great to see you, man. We've been missing you. Good to see you out and about. A box of mac and cheese for Noise too. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
So Tino's in the house over here.
Ooh.
I declare it as essential oils. They never really ask us around here. What are you doing?
Yeah, our UPS people, like I feel like I love them so much. We always go to UPS. I always choose to ship via UPS versus USPS. Hopefully there's no USPS people watching. Difficult.
Most people aren't watching.
True. But my USPS people, they do not care. You could tell them that there was literally knives in the package and they still wouldn't care. So I always thought about that. Somebody mentioned like just say it's essential oils, and I've never had somebody say what's in your package.
There we go. That's what we like.
Oh.
Chin scratches. Give everybody the upside down smiles. You like it. Yeah. Stouffer's French bread pizza, man. There's some hitters coming out there. Everybody's calling out the hits. Stevie, thank you very much. Great to see you.
Look at this. Only you. She loves Daddy.
See, I'm the only
She
person that
doesn't.
can
She
scoop
doesn't
her
let
out.
me pick her up.
I mean, you got to
very
know how to
often.
do it, and you got to get that chin.
I don't. I get really frustrated because I want to pick her up like I used to pick up Norman, and not
It's-
the right way to pick her
Craig
up.
says it's either olive oil or custom snow globes when he ships.
Custom snow globes.
We just went to a Christmas Village store.
We did.
Yeah. They had Ghostbusters figurines from like the original Ghostbusters
How much
movie
were they?
for
I'm sure they
their
were crazy.
for their like Christmas Village.
It was like Sigourney Weaver as
Yeah.
like a little
They-
miniaturette.
the actual characters. It was crazy. I think it was. It said discontinued, and I was like, no kidding.
Do you think
They were probably discontinued in 1987.
was it really for sale or was it just for show?
I mean, I didn't see a Rick Moranis one, so somebody must have bought it.
Oh, he wasn't there.
They had all the other characters.
Oh,
They did have one of the dogs though, like the crazy dogs,
Mhm.
and I was like, maybe Rick is in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So parlay into. Did you tell me that we're doing a Spaceballs 2?
Yeah, apparently there's a sequel.
But is Rick Moranis going to be part of it?
I hope so. I mean, it wouldn't.
His
Be,
kids actually.
it wouldn't be
grown
right.
now.
It wouldn't be right if he wasn't in it.
Yeah.
He was the best.
So we are big watchers of the Tour de France.
Real quickly
Yeah.
before we get into the tour, do you want another sip?
Mhm.
As we said earlier, this is your birthday as much as mine because I'm a giver and I like to share on my birthday.
Already
So
drinking
I
one
actually
time.
set a bottle close by because I thought Julie's gonna like this one.
It's your birthday. Whatever you want. You're doing that for you or for me?
Well, for us,
For me.
barrel strength rye Michter's. This is a 122 proof. Not much left of this one. You should try and finish this tonight.
Just drink it out of the bottle. Sure. Just like it was the Advent tournament.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah.
Ooh, that was-
Advent tournament
Save the weight
2020.
for that timber.
Man, we've been doing this a while. Did you notice? Should we retire from this?
Yeah.
Probably.
No, we haven't do it. We're just gonna do. What do you guys think about just doing 2 Advent tournaments a year and calling it good? Would you still?
The only
Would
thing
you
we do with
still-
Advent tournaments.
Would you
is-
still show up for our live streams?
Matthew Parks, happy birthday, big fan and subscriber from New Orleans.
Oh, we're going
Next
there
year.
next year.
We're gonna be there in the
We-
winter.
We've been to New Orleans 3 times.
3.
And I've never been like, oh man, that wasn't fun.
Oh, it's the best.
I
It's
just
the
think it
best.
was so. I just love it there so
We
much.
love it. I love going. I love like whenever the city is just waking up.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's there to party, and we do a little bit of that too.
And we're only into like the tourist area, so I'm sure like
But
there's
we
like
like to go
normal
there-
areas.
We
of
like
it.
to go there and listen to music, support the local
Yes.
musicians, and drink some whiskey and cocktails. Usually,
All we
Sazerac.
want is jazz music.
Yeah, that's basically what we do there. But we wake up early and run the city and go
Yeah.
to the waterfront and run around. And it's so fun to run in that city when nobody else is up.
Yeah.
And just like go to all the places. It's great.
Like the food. Oh,
What was that diner that we liked
I
so
don't
much? I think
know.
it closed during COVID.
Started-
They had a chili cheese
I
omelet.
feel like it was like started with a C, but you might know this
So
too.
good.
But the only thing I remember, and all my friends back home, we talk about this place all the time, and it had like an old school like counter that was like almost like an S.
Yeah, it was like
And so
it
everybody sat like
went
had
in and
table
out.
service, and there I think there was other tables too, but like you wanted to be at the table.
If you ordered
then you
something, they would
saw-
yell it.
Yeah, and you saw everyone making. Anyway, I love New Orleans. Long story short, I love New Orleans, and we are planning to go there. Fingers crossed in 2025.
We'll be there. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll make it known before we go. I would love to actually explore a little more of
Mhm.
Louisiana.
We keep thinking it'd be a great opportunity to do we don't do rock and roll races very often, but there's a rock and roll.
The New Orleans Marathon is a rock and roll.
It's a roll,
marathon.
yeah. So we keep
Yeah.
thinking maybe, and I think that's in February.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's either January or February. Yeah.
But I was gonna say, ironically, we every 5 years, Phil and I get, a little
Squirrely.
squirrely, and then we end up moving somewhere. That's how we got Chicago. We stayed in Chicago a very long time. That's how we got to Oregon. Oregon, we were in Portland for 3 years before we got squirrely and moved here. And I remember you going like, I want to move to New Orleans. And I
Yeah,
thought,
talking about it for
Phil
years.
doesn't like it when it's hot and like humid. It feels like that would not be your temperature, but you would love the jazz and the whiskey.
Right. And it's the type of environment where I'm like,
Yeah.
not coming out during the day, but I'll be out early morning and maybe late night.
Yeah.
512 bottle tournament that lasts all year. That would be awful for everybody involved. Talking about the Camellia Grill, maybe?
That is it.
Is
wow.
Does
Is
it
it
exist
still
still?
there? Because I think that it went out of business. That
don't
is
know.
it. Like I remember it started
If
with
that's
a
still there,
C.
I'm going right now. I'll see you there in the morning.
And it was the best breakfast I ever had. I mean, I don't know if it's because you know how everything tastes better when you're on vacation, but we went there like 2 years in a row. And then when we went back, we couldn't find it.
He says it's still there. Great. I wonder if it was just closed because of everything was
COVID.
closed at the time.
Yeah.
Miracle Martinez wants to know, are we still planning to come to Texas on the Interstate 10 trip in
Yes.
December? Yeah, but the trick is now that
Not December.
we're planning on leaving from Chicagoland potentially in January, heading to Jacksonville, Florida,
Yeah.
and taking I-10 westbound. So we'll actually come through Texas on the way home.
Yes, because theoretically, which is my word of the week, theoretically, we would end
Good
the
word.
trip, like end the I-10 trip with new things to see in Big Bend.
Big Bend, which we missed.
Which
this
we
year.
missed, right? Like, so we would just like, boop, and scoop down. But that's still, I always think like it still misses, Melissa lives in North Carolina, and it misses the East Coast, which is what we've been saying. But winter's not the right time to do the East Coast
Well, on
either.
the way down, though, I mean, you go through places like Kentucky, you can kick out to DC.
We can kick over.
Yeah, you
I
can
just
head
don't want to do
south.
the snow.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
I would rather be on the coast heading south on the East Coast
Mhm.
heading south than through like the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So we got a lot of things planned. Would we come through Atlanta? I think at some point we would definitely go. Well, I mean, we're gonna have to go
I
through
feel
Georgia.
like, yeah,
so
and I feel like
I don't see us
you don't
taking
have
I-65
to.
all the way south, but probably would be east of there. But there's no. I mean, it's not that far off.
Yeah. And to be perfectly transparent, because I mean we don't know, but like we would love to like make the travel like longer than just like a short amount of time. And like so take Atlanta, like even if it wasn't on like our I-10 trip, like
We're in no rush.
there's so much fun stuff in Atlanta and the music's so great and the things that we like to do like sometimes are in cities. And so that
Mhm.
would definitely be something that we would, like normally you just like drive through to where you go.
We've
But
never spent time in Atlanta. We've
Yeah.
always driven through it, never spent time. So we're overdue. So
Bye,
absolutely.
Stacey.
Night, Stacy. Thank you, Teresa, very much.
Yeah.
It's been a great birthday week.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. Haven't been able to run, but that's okay.
Wait till you get your cake. I'm gonna fatten you up.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to run.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day, like, man, I know I didn't have time to make that cake, but sure would be nice to have cake right now.
Yeah.
Once a year.
It's always nice to have it until you're like, I want that out of the house right now. One year you made it for us. Nobody was around. All of our friends were out of town and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think this is before the channel. And we just had all this cake. We had just moved here. We didn't know anybody. And I just I would eat cake for breakfast because we had so much cake.
Yeah. Which I think is
that was a fun year.
Which is why I
needed to
think
run a
last
lot.
year we went to a friend's house for your birthday so that they would eat half the cake. Like I wanted to make sure we had half the cake to eat, but I didn't want to eat the full cake.
This is helpful. So that's the one in the French Quarter. That's why we couldn't find it last time.
So
But-
Tina, they go to New Orleans once a year. That was like her favorite thing. She's a friend of mine from college. They go down every year.
She didn't get kicked out.
No, but she went to Purdue.
Oh, right.
For the entire time.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Different college.
She was also sad about, but I will let her know that it's still in Uptown
Yeah, that's great.
because they'll be pumped.
Yeah, she messaged us last time she was there. She's like, where is this place? And I
Yeah,
was
she's
like,
like, am I
"Oh,
forgetting what the name is? So
No,
that's great.
Just didn't work out. What's there now? Is anything in that building now? That was a
Also-
cool old diner.
Remember there was, we always talk about breakfast now. Now we're talking about food. Totally fine.
Yeah.
But there was a, there was like a salsa omelet, like a red beans and rice plus salsa omelet or something that we had. Cajun omelet.
Oh yeah.
Just like next level breakfast.
Just straight up red beans, rice,
Yeah.
chicken, crawdad. I want it all. I want it all.
Okay. Anyway.
Where are we at? What are we doing here? We still talking?
Talk about your mixers and why did you choose this besides that you thought I would like it?
That's why I chose it.
Oh, really?
Well, it's a great bottle. It's Michter's Barrel Strength Rye.
Yeah.
And there's not that much left of it. And I get worried when things get that low. And I think if there's even remotely a special occasion, that's the time to get into a bottle like that.
Yeah.
And this bottle has been one of our favorites. It's spicier than I remember it being by kind of a lot.
Yep.
So I think it is probably one of those bottles that's like time to sip it, time to get into it.
Well, I will say, I mean, we kind of went on a buying hiatus with bourbon because we don't have a lot of room to keep it.
Yeah,
and
we maxed out what we can do. It's in the closets.
And at some point, you're like, "How am I gonna drink all of it? How are us and our friends like gonna drink all of this?" And so we really started targeting some stuff. So it is like a thing, like let's target some low bottles. And you're right, like when a bottle gets to a certain point, it doesn't have that same appeal as when you first open it.
Yep.
And you do. And even if you loved it, like if it was your favorite thing, like say this Michter's, I freaking love it.
Yeah.
It's so great. But if it gets to that point where all of a sudden it's a little bit, I'll be sad about that. Like I'd rather just drink it fast then and get it done. Like over to the next like week or so or 2 weeks versus like letting it sit there and like have this much in the bottle and then nobody, like it's not good. And then the last memory you have of it is that it wasn't very good.
Right. And then you see it later on and you're like, oh, I shouldn't buy that. But no, this is way spicier than it used to be.
Yeah.
Miracle. Yeah. We absolutely went to Guadalupe Mountains National Park after Carlsbad Caverns on our most recent road trip. Trying to think what we would have named that video. I think it was the video that we sipped.
It was in
Santa Fe Spirits Cokegan. I think that's the same video.
Yeah. And do you think it would have been the Carlsbad Cat? I feel like it would have been labeled Carlsbad. It wouldn't have been Roswell.
It was the 11th or 12th video of our 100-day road trip, that playlist.
So I will say the Guadalupe Mountains, I had never heard of it. Like the fact that it was a national park and it wasn't even on my radar.
Bye, Kathy, by the way.
Bye, Kathy.
Thank you for joining. Great to see you.
The fact that it was a national park and it wasn't even on my radar was like, right?
Never heard of it.
Like we were camping at a free campground, ended up talking to some guy and he was like, oh, if you have time, you should go to the Guadalupe Mountains. What is it? He told us about it. It ended up being really windy. So the hike we didn't want to go on, like that we wanted to go on, we couldn't.
We were going to do the peak that
day. Not that we couldn't. We just like playing it safe.
Uncomfortable.
And we ended up doing something else, which was so beautiful. And I feel like it was one of my favorite memories.
If we wind up going that direction at all, if we're in the neighborhood at all, I will go back and visit that park.
So beautiful.
It was awesome.
And it was like very remote, very cool. I love nature, so it's like right up my alley. But yes, beautiful.
That one is on the scratch off poster, indeed, Russ.
Yeah.
We need to go back and revisit that. We only scratched it
Russ,
off.
I was gonna say we only did the ones that we did on the on the live stream.
The next Patreon live stream, we'll scratch off a couple more, maybe.
Here's the problem with the scratch off is that I should be more aggressive with it, but I don't want to like hurt it. And so like it was like a boring live stream because I was like being real ginger with trying to get the badges revealed.
I had a great time. I was watching.
Okay.
That was just fun for me.
Yeah. It's very distracted.
By the way, Green River, I see the chat discussing. We don't get that whiskey here. I saw one bottle of it in California while we were traveling. That was it. I didn't buy it because I wanted something else at the time. Now I'm kind of kicking myself because I know that they get high marks for everything that they do.
Yeah.
But our friend Eric Gunderson sent us five different Green River samples. And I think that that's going to be a video on the channel coming soon is where we just taste through the ones that he sent us. Just give them a shot and see what we like.
Do you think there is a brand battle? Because isn't Green River like soda?
Nobody knows about Green River soda.
Are you kidding?
Actually,
I grew up with that.
Our crew might know about Green River soda.
So
my brother Tim, he kind of obsesses about it. Like people give him 2 liters of it for his birthday.
My dad, like, seriously. So when I grew up, we used to always go to All Gray, Michigan, which was outside of Lake Huron. Little town, 1950s cottage. the only place we could get Green River soda. And then all of a sudden it came in cans. And I remember seeing Green River whiskey, and I thought, how interesting that it shares a name. And to me, being in advertising, I'm like, that is like a legal, but nobody, obviously it's a go. But
I remember working in a
I
grocery
feel like it
store.
was like Vintners now, so maybe it doesn't matter. But
I worked in a grocery store in the 90s, and they had like Green River had a bit of a resurgence.
yeah.
And I remember them putting it in the, like they were the open freezers. There were no lids on them or anything. And in the middle was this railing, and they just lined it with Green River one day. And I was like, this is the strangest thing. I was like, I remember this from like vacations as a kid.
Oh yeah, it was always vacation.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. So I bought a 2-liter on my break, because back then in the 90s, like you would just drink as much soda as you wanted. You wouldn't think anything of it. So I had Totino's pizza rolls and a 2-liter of green soda on my lunch break one day. And I never felt sicker.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You shouldn't drink that much of it.
I don't think it was very good. It was, somebody said that they had never heard of it down south, Eric. So we were in Michigan. It wasn't an Illinois thing. Like I grew up in Illinois. We always vacationed at the same place in Michigan. It was like upper Michigan. And it was like the only place I ever saw it. And it was green. Like it wasn't just like Green River because it was like green. The name. It was like a green liquid. And it was soda. And my dad gets it to this day. Every time I go home, he has like a 6-pack or like a 12-pack.
He keeps Green River on hand?
On hand. So they still sell it.
He's a soda super fan.
But it's really, it's
also a strange thing for a diabetic to keep in the house.
Yeah. And it's not, like, I even remember as a kid, like, it's not something that I ever enjoyed. Yeah. I just have a nostalgia feeling for it.
Yeah.
But
it's like Blue Moon ice cream.
But when I saw Green River, like, whiskey brand, I did think, like, but there's already a Green River. So that was interesting. Now
I like that was your first thought.
Now we're going to get like a...
I haven't thought about that brand in 30 years.
The legal people are going to be like, thanks a lot, Bourbon Man.
Yeah. Great. We ruined it for everybody. Sorry, Green River Bourbon. Our bad.
That's so funny.
Well,
anyway.
We digress greatly again.
If you're from Michigan, I'm sure that you've heard of Green River. If you haven't, then I didn't hallucinate it.
Eric just ordered it off of Amazon.
No, we didn't. Wait, did he really say that?
Oh my goodness. You know what? If you don't like it on its own, just put some vanilla ice cream in it. Make a float.
No, yeah, that's legit. Yeah.
What is this? Are you coming up again? You have been very active for a cat tonight.
That's so funny. Oh, you should say, there's a Blanton's comment. What did you have? What was your whiskey of choice for your birthday?
Oh, yeah.
Not at the restaurant, but like when we came home.
What do you mean?
Did you have?
No, I had Blanton's with Ryan. Ryan came to help celebrate my birthday a day early.
Oh, well, that's fine.
And I was trying to think of like, he likes really low proof bourbons.
Yeah.
And I thought, what's something that he's going to enjoy? Have a single barrel of Blanton's from Rose City Liquors in Portland.
Yes.
And hadn't sipped it in a really long time. And I was like, I bet he likes that. So we had some of that.
Yeah. Blanton's, we don't talk about it because it is what it is. I never have a bad word to say about it. Every time I drink it, I always think like, yes, it's delicious, but we don't ever talk about it because it's like such a thing.
I was thinking about this the other day. There's not a ton of whiskeys that we've had in the last year or two that have a lot of leather on them. And I was thinking like, what are those whiskeys that always have leather? And Wild Turkey has leather.
Yeah.
Some of it, especially the more well-aged stuff. Mm-hmm. But Cal, some of the Barton stuff is well-aged. Yep. Some of that stuff has a lot of leather, but we don't drink it all the time. And I was thinking, like, there's got to be a brand where we used to drink it a lot and we don't drink it much anymore. What happened to all that leather whiskey? It's Buffalo Trace stuff. There's always a lot of leather on it, but because of this channel and because of the way that it's so oversaturated, this whiskey tube is oversaturated with Buffalo Trace content. We don't drink it.
Gosh, I never drink Buffalo Trace.
We never drink any of their whiskeys. Taylor,
and I love it.
Eagle Rare, any of that, and it's hard to find too. On top of that. But we don't drink it anymore because it's oversaturated. And every time you post a video with anything Buffalo Trace, those are the videos that get more hate than anything else. So we just stopped talking about it. Yeah.
Oh, they get more views too.
And they totally get a ton of views. But because they get a lot of hate, because we just you don't see it a lot. We don't drink it a lot. I was like, that's where all the leather went. That's where all the leather flavors went. So
interesting.
And then I was drinking that Blanton's the other day and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Leather. Nice. That's a nice flavor. I'd forgotten how good it was.
Yeah.
No, haven't tried the quad malt from Frey Ranch. We did drive right past there on our way home from our road trip, but it wasn't a day that they were open, sadly. Well, here comes the cat again.
She's so sweet.
Cal 15 was heavy cherry. Yeah, Cal 15, very, very nice whiskey. 16, if you get the right batch, it can be delicious. We did not purchase the right batch, but we've tried some batches of it that were great.
So Richie Z, I will say,
if you want to know what the number is, send us an email and I'll get back to you.
I will say, I've had 16. I've had the one that we got, not great, and then the one that other people got, which was way better,
remarkably good.
But
if you're east of the Mississippi or east of basically Colorado, I think your Cal 16 is great.
Yeah,
west, I think we kind of got some duds.
But the Cal 15, and I'm trying to think if I had anything before Cal 15, like any of the other ones.
We got a Cal 14 from Angela for a 5-set.
Yeah,
one time.
But the Cal 15 is by far my favorite.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I love the deep dark flavors of Cal 15.
And again,
they still have it at our liquor store, and I keep thinking like, someday I'm going to buy that again. But then of course the price went up again.
But also keep in mind that they're all sold in various batches. Marty says that his Cal 16 wasn't good either. We actually lost subscribers and Patreon because we didn't like Cal 16, and they just couldn't understand that our batch was legitimately bad.
Yeah. Ours was bad.
It's still on the shelf. I basically am keeping it for profiling purposes.
No, don't do that.
If I give it to somebody and they're like, this is great, I'll go, okay, I'm never giving them a quality bourbon ever again. No, that's not nice. But Ruff, you sent us a 14, 15, 16 sample. I'm holding on to it.
That's right.
We're going to do those as a Patreon tasting down the road here.
Yeah. 15, though. There's something.
Our batch of 15 was awesome.
The difference between what the 15 tasted like and then both of the 16s that we tasted are so remarkable. Like, whatever the flavor profile of that, like that deep, like tobacco and that leather, and those flavors were so dark.
Yeah, that's a leather. That was that.
It still makes me like happy.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go there. Cal 15, if you get the right batch, that's a leather daddy. That's a good whiskey. Yeah, John got the Cal 16. That was deep cherry all day.
Yeah,
ours is it's bitter to the point of it's
do
undrinkable. Yeah,
I feel like we may have.
I keep it down on the bottom. I keep it right back here behind you, because
we should just give that to people.
Well, I kind of like if somebody wants to try it.
I mean, like
I'll send you a sample of it so you can see.
Yeah.
Let me know.
I know it's disappointing, but we have had the other side of the coin, I suppose, where it was like, oh yeah, this was way better than
the other batches of 16 that we've had have all been great.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Are you good? You ready for pizza, or do you want to have something?
I feel like one more would be good.
If I said that I was going to sip this 15 stars, would you be upset with me?
No, and I'm gonna do something different. And then we always do this where we say like we're gonna do one last pour. Everyone grab their last pour. Usually we can be on for 5 minutes, or we can be on for 20 minutes.
Richie Z says that the Sam Houston 15 is the sister bottle. We got batch OR1, the one and only batch that came to Oregon of Sam Houston 15. One of our favorite bottles of that year. Love the flavor on that one.
You should talk about your new.
Have this in? Super good.
Yeah, you should talk about your new.
Oh, no,
the one that you just updated from the Glenglassaugh.
The Glenglassaugh? They're over there. They're going to be on Monday's video, so I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Sorry.
This is the Kilchoman that I just picked up from
this is what I want you to talk about.
Salem Battle Creek collaborative vatting, 85% bourbon, 15% sherry cask influence on this one. A nice 92 proof single barrel. That's 92 proof. I love the look of that. Kilchoman, right? I think I said that right. You guys have coached me on this one. Very nice whiskey though. I just opened it last night or 2 nights ago. Really enjoying this one. What do you got there? Oh, Smoke Wagon. Going for the
it's my birthday too, right?
Yeah.
Uncut, unfiltered.
Uncut, unfiltered. Yeah, I was going to go barrel proof, but that's of course not right.
Ooh, that bottle barrel.
I like this metal. It looks like an old coin. That's just so cool. This 15 stars. That's neat.
Okay. I haven't had Smoke Wagon. This Smoke Wagon?
Oh, it's been a minute.
A year and a half.
This is the batch that we had
This
in
is
our
why I
Advent
need to cut down the
tournament.
collection because there's so many things that I love and I never drink them because I'm like, there's so much other stuff that I want to drink.
What was the price of the Kilhoman? I want to say it was around 70. Kim F in the house.
which
What is
batch?
going
Hold
on,
on.
Kim? Great to see you.
It is. I gotcha. Okay.
Back up here on the top.
Oh, thank you. So this wasn't the original one that we had, but
No, the first one we had was unbelievable.
So this is a January 2022 bottle, 133. Batch number 133 is what we have. Our previous
I love those
version
bottles,
was
by the way.
different.
Those bottles are gorgeous.
I've said this.
Steve's having a Hemingway rye. I like the look of that bottle. Haven't seen that in real life, but I like the look of it from what I've seen.
I like the sound of it.
Yeah, the Kilhoman has been very good. I've been enjoying that. I've been enjoying Glenglassaugh, Bruichladdich, Classic Laddie. We've been getting into that one.
Yep.
Aaron, the quarter cask, the Boaty quarter is delicious. We've had some really solid Scotch whiskeys to the point that it makes me want to chase more. I want to explore
You
that entire line.
dominated 2 bottles.
So what?
No, I'm just saying, like, that's how much you're like.
I like the
Glenglassaugh
Glenglassaugh stuff because Glenglassaugh, the sand end, which is non-peated, is 101 proof. 101 proof is a great proof point for a Scotch whiskey. And the Port Soy, which is the peated version with a little bit of gentle smoke on there, is 98.2 proof. I want to say somewhere in there. So I like those a little bit higher proof Scotch whiskeys. Aaron quarter cask, juicy for sure. Yeah. Love it. Because that one's like what, 114 proof or something like that? It's higher.
Ooh, the Aaron one is the one that I really liked.
Yeah.
That we picked up. I don't remember.
We picked it up after Scotland because we couldn't believe when we went to Ireland and Scotland, we couldn't believe how good that was. And they had it on the shelf at our local.
Yeah.
So we just picked it up. It was like $68.
Oh, interesting.
Bushwood 7-year bottled and bond from Green River. Yeah, we don't know anything about that because we don't get them here, but I wonder. We got all those samples from Erica. It's definitely going to be in a video soon.
Smoke Wagon. So Smoke Wagon was one of the places that I feel like for like 4 years now we've been wanting to visit them. Like since they, I feel like
we blew.
We had the first sponsor of our Advent tournament.
They were
not like in 2020, but 2021.
2021, they sponsored the Advent tournament, and we didn't know it until 2 days before.
Yeah,
because we were like, oh shoot, they never got back to our email, but they did. But it went to our spam filter.
Yeah,
and so I found it in the spam blocker 2 days before the end of the tournament, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
no, we're going to give away 4 bottles to Smoke Wagon, and then Smoke Wagon won the tournament, made it look like that was the plan the entire time.
but it wasn't.
We'll never live it down.
We digress. But Smoke Wagon's always been at the top of my list of things that I really like. We've wanted to go to that distillery forever, but they're building a new one. The timing has never worked out. I'm drinking this right now thinking, I cannot wait to go visit.
One day we'll get down there. Yeah. Aaron and the
random
crew.
Tasting. I love doing random tastings of all the stuff you can't get or they don't sell.
Aaron and the entire Smoke Wagon crew have been very friendly to us when we've reached out to them. They've always been very lovely to us. And so it's just a matter of figuring out how we can get there in person. One of these days we'll do it. That would be an awesome single barrel pick for the Bourbon Bam. That would be epic. But they blend all their, like they blend their picks or stuff, I think. I don't know that they do
just
single
put
barrel.
My name on it.
Okay.
I don't care what it tastes like. I mean, I do care. I do. But yeah, they're so great. I love them so much. So Aaron, yes. So you're really into them. I mean, I feel like we've been on a journey, right? Like we were very bourbon, we were very rye for a while. Then we went to single malt, and now you're like very much into these scotches.
It's true. Well, I mean, McCarthy's, the cask strength single malt that we have locally here, McCarthy's at high proof. I go for every time because it's peat, it's smoke, it's unusual, and it's just beautiful flavors. The higher the proof, the better your McCarthy's is going to be. That's the one that I keep going back to more and more. But the Del Bach stuff, the Dorado, the peat smoke, that bottle was gone quickly. When the classic over there, there's not much left. When that one's gone, I'm replacing it with the Dorado. It's just too good. That's the one that I'll keep on the shelf. But I mean, there's so many good ones out there, but when you're in the mood for something different, if you want peat or you want smoke or you want mesquite, it's easy to bounce around. It's easy to expand. And that's one reason we have so much whiskey, because we'll get hooked on a bottle for like a week and then not look at it for a year and a half.
I know.
I will say, unique bottles we have in the neighbor. I mean, other people that watch this channel have bigger collections, so we do buy a lot. Bill Tamling in the house. What's going on, Bill? Great to see you. Oh my goodness.
I was gonna say happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Bill.
Bill.
Oh, that's awesome. Great to see you. But no, we're in the neighborhood of unique bottles. I think somewhere around 220 American, and then like 20 more.
We're trying to get
outside
down.
of America. I would love to get below 200 bottles
We have
because it's in the closet now.
a couple closets,
Right.
but
I have no place to keep my shirts.
I'm gonna be fair. We're contemplating, like, in our area, like in our property, we're allowed to build an ADU, and I thought, like, ADU for when we're traveling and we can stay here, but also for like a whiskey bar.
Yeah.
It'd be really nice.
We're still, it's still the plan.
Yeah.
Greg says the Del Box Spring Distiller's Cut you recommended was fire. How good is that bottle? We bought 2 of them.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
Oh, that's the one I was just trying to,
It's in the back. It's in the back because even though we have 2 of them, I don't want to overdo it. Like, I could drink that one nonstop. It's Del Box
really good.
Del Box is amazing. And they have 2 new cats because 2 Row retired.
Yeah, he retired.
So 2 Row's retired, and they have 2 new cats that they just introduced to the distillery, who are roaming the grounds there. The Mousers and Chief, or whatever they call them.
Oh my gosh,
they're so cute. They're just the coolest cats.
I want a Mouser, and I mean, she does pretty good with them.
Shout out to Mark and the whole team over there. That's such a good distillery. If you ever get the opportunity to visit that distillery, the tasting room is in the barrel room. So
you're like in the experience.
You're part of
the production.
It's just so well done. They did a great job over there. We were blown away when we were in Tucson by Whiskey Del Bock.
Yeah,
so good.
We were only supposed to go for like an hour or 2, and then we got along really well, and then we did like a ridiculous long tasting, and then we came back the next day, and then we came back like a month later. We just couldn't get enough. I was just having so much fun.
Russ is jealous.
Russ, I am also jealous. It is like, maybe not weekly. I try not to be like, it'd be nice to retire someday, but yeah.
That's
that
great.
little guy's looking.
Yeah, sugar kitty.
Yeah.
Wow, this 15 stars is very good. I know it's pricey, but that's excellent.
Do you want to try mine?
What do you got?
Smoke wagon.
Oh, right. Duh. Yeah, let's give it a go.
I think it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's like one of those, like, oldie but goodies. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always something new and shiny on the market, but when you look back at your collection, you're like, that original, like,
so that's pretty spicy, but I think that bottle has actually improved. We haven't touched it in a long time. That's good whiskey.
But we talked about Buffalo Trace, and we don't really drink a lot of Buffalo Trace on the channel just because it's almost like clickbait, basically.
It feels like it. Yeah, we stay away from that.
But like Ruby Hart, who I don't think they haven't been on today, I don't think.
They were on earlier.
Were they on earlier? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
She loves Buffalo. She's like, I love Buffalo Trace.
Unapologetic.
Unapologetic.
I love regular Buffalo Trace. Yeah. I think it's a solid bourbon.
It is totally
especially
solid.
For the money. Very good. It's hard to find for a lot of people out there, but for many people out there, it's always on the shelf.
Yeah.
If it is,
like there's times we traveled where we're like, holy smokes, there's like 50 bottles sitting right here. That's nuts. Like, this would be crazy. And she's like, it's just good. And I can totally appreciate that. Like, I like what I like. And even with our collection, Phil is much more the connoisseur, and I'm just, we talk about Friday night tours, like, what do you want to drink?
1910.
And I'm like, I love the 1910. Give me the Cal 15. We talked about that earlier. Sometimes I'm just like, Buffalo Trace, maybe I'll go a little bit crazy with like the store pick or whatever. Yeah. Michter, I love Michter's Rye. I'm doing something special.
When's the last time you reached for a bottle of Stag Junior Stag?
Well, I don't, because in your head, you keep thinking like that it's like a special occasion.
Right. Like, we have like 6 or 7 batches of it.
But we've been trained to
never
think.
Touch it.
I know. We've been trained to think like, don't drink that.
Yeah. But it's also 132 proof. When do you drink something that strong?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gary. I will say that like lately
there was no like end of my sentence. I was just saying like
just
drink what you love.
Drink what you love.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Unapologetically.
Yeah.
Unapologetically. Yeah.
You got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm blaming the old fashioned.
Tiller's Bourbon Challenge in the house. Good to see you. Well, this is great whiskey. So let's recap tonight. 15 stars bourbon. What did you think?
I can't wait till it opens up just a little bit.
Mhm.
I thought for as aged as it was, I was a little nervous. You
Yeah.
are, like I said, you are much more on board with age than I am.
I like the heavy tannin.
I thought that, yes, it definitely tasted aged. Like the heavy oaky presence was there, but there was enough sweetness to offset that. So there was still, it wasn't the only flavor I got. So it was like a really pleasant, was not bitter, which
Mhm.
like sometimes like aged stuff makes, to me, sometimes it can be pretty bitter when you drink it.
Yeah.
Like there's a bite to it. I didn't have that with this. Like I thought it was really great, and I think it's only going to get better.
And also keep in mind, this is a blend of 10, 15, and 19-year bourbons, a blend of Indiana, Tennessee, and Kentucky. This doesn't taste like a blend to me.
Right.
I was thinking like, oh, maybe this is going to be a lot like a barrel product. It is not that at all. This is something very, very different. It's delightful. Thank you very much, Shauna. Shauna? I think it's Shauna.
Shauna.
Thank you very much. I think it's delightful. The Russell's 15 needs time to open up. I don't think it's good.
Yeah.
It is super cohesive and it is flavorful as all get out, but a little goes a long way. Like after my second sip, the next couple sips I had, I was like, this is too much.
Yeah, I found that with the 13 as well. Like when we had the Russell's 13.
Yeah.
To me, those are very powerful.
Super powerful.
They need I don't know what the recommended time of opening up is.
They need a little oxygen.
But yeah, they need a little oxygen just because like the initial aroma of that is like singy.
Yeah, and we'll do do an extended tasting on the 15 as well. So that's not these are of course cork pops.
Yeah, but I thought like from a flavor profile, so that's just the aroma, but like from the flavor profile, I really enjoyed it. I was not disappointed. Like we've had 2 13s, which we mentioned before. One we were just like 100% on board, but the other we were like 70% on board.
Yeah.
But like kind of like we liked it, but we weren't sure. Like it just didn't live up. This one I feel like has the potential.
Right.
Yeah,
but I also want to say
good.
that Russell's Reserve single barrel, especially if you get to pick a single barrel with a group. DK Tucker recently sent us a bottle. Well, not recently, it's been a while now, of Russell's Reserve single barrel for the Georgia Bourbon Society, I believe it was. That bottle was so good. That was excellent. That's one of those bottles that you don't feel guilty about drinking because it's not crazy expensive. And even though you know you're never going to get another one, it's just so good. You just dig into it. This isn't craveable the way that bottle is. This is like a special occasion, have to be in the mood. Hopefully like somebody's around that you can share it with.
Yeah.
You're not just going to sit and drink that one by yourself.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
It's a
shareable so you can chat about it.
A dram with like a buddy and just chat, put the lights down, have the music going, have a chill night, maybe a cigar, maybe a bubble cigar.
Just
like we talked about, just like the bubbles.
Just a romantic hangout with your bros. But
I feel like that's okay.
I think why not? But I think both of these are great. The 15 stars, in my opinion, it outperformed because it's a lower proof, perfectly blended and wonderful off the bat. We'll see how they open up and down the road. We'll definitely do we'll do a more extended review. And the Michter's barrel strength is a little low in that bottle. We should drink that more often, I think, because I think it's getting to the point of being like so low in the bottle that, and it's in a spot on the shelf where I think the afternoon sun might be starting to touch it.
Yeah.
Probably one that we should finish off now that it's gotten to that.
It's low. It's at that turning point.
It's at that turning point
where you're like, you don't want to have bad memories.
Right. Yeah. It's like they say on Arrested Development. They said, well, when you open a bottle of vodka, you have to finish it because it goes bad.
Yeah.
It's that sort of idea.
Yeah. Can I circle back to Wild Turkey though?
We're going to circle back. We're going to put a pin in it.
We're going to put a pin in it.
Yeah. Other buzzwords.
I made this comment to you.
This is buttery, by the way. It tastes like butter. This 15 stars. I like it.
I made this comment to you months ago. And I feel like it's like one of these like cathartic moments that I was like, I should share this with our people. Is that like, my love for Old Forester, and I love Old Forester. I love the flavor profile. It's like beautiful and easy drinking, bananas Foster, like all that delicious stuff. Even like the 1920, a little bit more richer or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've moved on, and Wild Turkey is not my favorite Distillery.
This is a big moment, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you why
I
this
just
is a
love
big
all
moment.
the wild turkey stuff.
This is huge because 4 years into this journey, this is what's so important about whiskey. This is why whenever if you watch a Whiskey 2 video and they don't like what you like, just please keep in mind that we are all on our own timeline, whiskey journey wise. Like I'm heavily getting into single malts. I'm heavily getting into Scotch. Julie has shifted gears from Buffalo Trace back in the day to Old Forester and now Wild Turkey. And
I love all the things in between, but I'm just like, every time I drink a wild turkey product, I'm like, ugh, I like this.
Wild Turkey is such great energy.
I'm just not disappointed. It's got great synergy, Ross.
Completely enhanced functional deliverables, says Robert. Yes, absolutely. But I think this is so important to keep in mind because a lot of people will watch your video. Like I remember there was one time that we said there was a recommendation. It was 2023's bottles to taste of the year. It was some AI article that was okay.
Oh, right.
But number one was the number one bottle to taste that year was McKenna 10.
Oh yeah, I don't like McKenna.
And I was like,
I like killed the internet when I was like, boo.
But some days, I mean, it is a single barrel. It is 10 years aged.
Yeah.
Think of all the things that can happen to a bourbon that is in a single barrel after 10 years compared to the one sitting next to it or 3 shelves away or whatever, wicks away, whatever it might be. But the latest bottle of McKenna 10 that we've gotten, and I buy it every time I deplete it, I go back and find another one and I put it back on the shelf.
Yeah.
Because it used to be my favorite whiskey.
It used to be $35 too.
It used to be. But this one that we've got is so pine needle flavored.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's a terrible bourbon.
That feels like it was like an Oregonian push or
right. They were like, this smells like pine needles. Give it to the Oregonians.
Give it to the tree people.
But thing is that video, we were like, look, that some of these are hit or miss. So we get it. And if you can try it, yeah, you should try it. But we recommended at the time Wilderness Trails High Rye bottled and bond bourbon, only 6 years aged, a little bit cheaper, and delicious whiskey. And the hate that we got on that video was extensive. And I was like, look, man, we're all in different places. We all taste different things. I don't know. Just seeing that I went from Old Forester to Wild Turkey, that statement is enormous. We're all in a different place on our journey. So we shouldn't be judging people who are drinking with you because we never say that we're the be all end all. We're not experts.
Right.
We're all on our own journey. Just have to respect it.
Yeah. And, you know, in all the weird marketing terms that we're using, pinning it, synergy, like whatever, it is true. Like sometimes your love for the whiskey comes from the price point.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's things that I drink that I'm like, I know this is not as good as like the other stuff.
Right.
But it only cost me $25 for the whole bottle.
Anytime somebody asks me,
and I'm like, so it's like from this flavor, I was like, for $20, sign me up.
People ask me all the time, like, I'm starting to like ryes. What should I try? Wild Turkey 101 rye. Get a liter.
If you're looking to go into ryes, just find a 101 rye.
And if you want something a little proofier, Pikesville 6-year rye. It's now $55 here. It went up $5 in the last 4 years.
$10 from when we started purchasing.
No, it was always $50.
I thought it was 45.
I think Pikesville was always 50 here.
Okay.
Either way, $55. And it's 6 years aged, 110 proof.
Yeah.
Age stated and high proof rye. Solid.
Yeah.
Pikesville is delicious from Heaven Hill and Wild Turkey 101 rye.
Those
two rye whiskeys, when people ask me, like, what should I try? I'm just getting into it. I'm moving over from bourbon.
Rusty, Old Forester 101 rye. Or 100 rye. Also, one of my top favorite, I always preface it by saying, like, cherry candy. Yeah, like, don't think it's going to taste like the ryes that you're used to. Like, that it's a different rye.
I like the Old Forester 100 rye recommendation for people coming off of bourbon who have never actually bought a bottle of rye, where to start. That's a great recommendation because they're going to get that cherry back, especially if they're an Old Forester fan.
Yeah.
Really great place to start. And the price is right. Let's be honest.
Robert Shearer is talking about New Riff. So he's talking about a rye, but he really means a bourbon. Or maybe he's talking about the bourbon, but he really means
it could be a single malt for all we know. New Riff, the most confusing brand on the planet for 5 Sip Fridays. And every single time somebody sends us one, you wind up on a list. We're not going to tell you what that list is about, but someday you'll know.
Oh, New Riff. I want to love them and I want to hate them at the same time. Like, I wish that I could.
Every time we get a 5-sip, we're like, this is definitely bourbon and it's rye. This is definitely rye and it's
mean-
bourbon. This is definitely American single malt and it's 4 grain.
I don't think I've ever been as confident to tell you this is a bourbon or a rye
Always.
than when it's a new riff of the opposite thing. Like I'm like 100% bourbon. I don't know what it is, but dang, that's delicious.
Right.
And then it's a rye.
I'm going to move her leg off of the barrel there because I
Yeah.
can see the camera moving a lot. Sorry about that.
You see my
Julie's fired up.
fired up rye.
Sagamore's new cask strength is nice. Their old one was a little too intense for me.
Okay.
Your Riff Balboa rye. Yeah, we've had that. We've had some good stuff for sure on this channel. All
right.
I've had some good whiskey tonight.
Had lovely whiskey.
I
I've
had
had
a-
lovely company. Lovely company.
You enjoyed me?
Yeah, you're all right. But they're great.
Yeah, they're great. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight for this birthday party live stream. I hope you felt like it was a party. This is as much party as we do. It's about as far as we go.
We try.
No,
Yeah.
we don't. I just want to say thank you to everybody for all the birthday wishes all week long. This has been so nice. I've had a great time. I'm looking forward to this cake that Julie keeps promising me. I can't wait to
This
eat
weekend,
that.
we'll post pictures on Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, Patreon.
Yeah, probably on Patreon.
And
We don't
nobody
really do
cares
it
on Instagram. Nobody wants to see a
There's-
picture of a white cake.
We
Yeah.
get the same 30 likes on everything we do on Instagram as people go, oh, the Bourbon Man like switch. Thank you again, everybody. This has been a wonderful night. I had a lot of fun. I hope that you had a lot of fun. And from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. The light just went on. Frozen pizza rusty.